So, I just hung up with the Las Vegas Police Department Citizens Review. Basically told him all of my battered women stories, and from the sound of the phone call, and it's crazy how empathetic my mind is, or how much of an empathetic person I am. Well, I can even read the fucking phone calls now, You can hear it on a person's voice if they give a fuck or they don't, He didn't. My thing is, all of my cases I've had that has to do with any police officer. It wasn't on me. It's just other people assaulting me. For some reason, it keeps getting thrown out, or motherfuckers finding a reason where they can't find the records, even though pictures were taken and I filled out so many goddamn police reports back in those days. And I hate to bring back up my past because I'm so over it. It's this present shit that haunts me. Recent court hearings, nothing was done. Past court hearings, this nigga ain't even go to jail one time for none of those assault cases. Even though I still got the bruises and marks, dislocated fingers and shit, And God bless him, I'm over it, It's just that you still have all of these memories of when you was assaulted, because when it gets cold and your bones and shit start hurting, and then you have none of these motherfuckers that have had no justice has been served pertaining to those situations, and it's just a little bit sad, This little boy once told me, a friend of mine's son, Caleb, Casion, told me one time, it's okay to be sad. I'm like, yeah, you're right. It's a part of this world, But you can't be sad for things you have no control over. I don't even think there's a word invented in the dictionary when you have and you fight for so many people. I've loved on so many goddamn people to where I cried myself to sleep last night, literally. I've seen a lot, done a lot for so many individuals to be just still treated like shit, Motherfucker think because, she's gotten through that, she can continue to do it, If I'm physically unable to do something, what's the point? Those who know. It's like you let motherfuckers go around and just remind you of how black people were done in slavery days, No justice for them either. I've been raped, shot at, pulled guns out on, face dislocated to unrecognizable. I mean, literally, motherfucking nose over here, eyes closed shut, jaw hanging off the motherfucking socket, can't eat for 2 weeks because of those things. I went to jail, didn't get any medical care for 3 fucking days, ankle broke, I was a trustee. And the motherfucker right around this bitch talking about fear? Nigga, I've had everything done to me as far as being a woman, including pregnancies, being raped and getting pregnant, having a miscarriage right after, but getting your ass whipped by your mama because while in pain, You ever had a miscarriage? Didn't know. Now I hate to get off the subject, but I was 12 years old, having a miscarriage, not knowing what the fuck was going on, but I know I was gang raped. And I think she knew, you know, but I'm sitting on the toilet in the bathroom in Plymouth Village, and blood clots instead of coming, I'm in so much fucking pain. And here she comes beating on me on top of my head, like that made it better. I think, you know, that was probably from her being hurt, you know. I don't know. You know, forgave her for that, you know. I guess I'm 12, 13 years old. Like, that's the way she delivered her pain, clearly. But that's crazy. That's just some of the things, man. And motherfuckers walk around this bitch like fear. You niggas just don't understand. Put a person in a situation to see if they gonna fold or do this and do that, not even knowing their background already. How about you research someone before you just, that's like fucking, you know, judging the book without even reading the first page or the last page. The last page is always will be able to tell you more about the story. You know, I've been in and out of court. And even one time, a couple of times, I had to be to work at Whataburger or McDonald's. And I'm begging, trying to get child support. You know, they giving me a little bit of food stamps, you know, a little bit of tenant, you know, to, you know, while I'm working. And I was getting daycare. Don't you know, back then, if I didn't show up for a court date for child support, they would cut my daycare off. They would cut my TANF off. They would cut my food stamps off. You know, I've had that shit done a bunch. And these motherfuckers never showed up for court. So not only do they have the right not to pay for a child they helped create, but them knowingly know if they don't show up for court and I don't show up, then I lose my benefits, but I have to work to get my diapers and shit, right? It's like these niggas you have babies for, or the people they know, they have the right to do what the fuck they want to do to you. Even in the end, from the beginning to the end of that child being born, and still to this motherfucking day, it's like it's being done. And I know I'm not the only woman that's going through that, you know. It's all about who you know. It's like justice just didn't, it's not gonna take its foot off my neck, you know. Regardless if I give a motherfucker my last pack of meat or my last $32. Y'all cartoon characters to me. How dare you laugh with something you don't even know what's really real? How dare you sit there and make and pass judgments and have meetings and say, hey, she can do this. We're going to do that. Without even discovering who she really is or knowing what she's already been through from hearsay. Shame on you.